Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and it's time for a mod spotlight for Genetics Resequenced, which is a reworking of previous versions of this Genetics Reborn and Advanced Genetics. I remember playing Advanced Genetics in like 1.7 days, and I'm really glad to see that is available with a 1.21, which is what modded version I'm playing right now, because I love the idea of taking some of the abilities that mobs have and applying it to myself or others. And I love that mechanic. I think it's great. So if we're going to play with this, one of the first things that you're going to need for all these devices is power. And the mod does come with the cold generator. Any FE generating thing is going to work for you. I've got mechanism here. It doesn't matter, any of those. The next thing you want to do is get yourself a scraper or lots of them. They're fairly cheap. I'm not really going to go over many of the recipes because they often can get changed in mod packs, but this is just iron and sticks. It's easy enough to do. And then you need to find a mob with which to get some of these organic bits from. And if we jump up here and make ourselves an iron golem, I'll go ahead and get some of this organic matter and then bid him adieu. Goodbye. Have a good trip. All right, so I've got lots from before, so I don't need to do it now. Now, once you've got this organic matter, and if you look at it, it says it's of type iron golem, because that's what I scraped it off of. You want to process it through 3 different machines. The first is the cell analyzer that looks at the cells out of this organic matter you scraped off and extracts the cells. Then it will process the cells to extract the DNA out of it, and it'll be an unknown type of DNA, no idea there, but the decryptor will decrypt the DNA and tell us what it is. So I'm just going to dump that into this chest here so that it can get processed through, and I'm using these pipes to just kind of move stuff along, and it's kind of cool to see the stuff flowing. And as this is getting converted into cells, this is getting converted into DNA strips, and this is then getting decrypted into individual genes. And if we look at this, I've done a lot. Now, everything is going to produce basic genes that really do nothing, but they are useful. And then there are a bunch of genes that individual mobs have, like, for example, jump boost. Horses have jump boost. They also have speed. Pigs give you meaty, teleport from Enderman, things of that nature. The thing that I'm looking for, the iron golems, they give resistance. They also give strength. They give more hearts. In fact, more hearts would be really useful to have. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to grab 8 of these basic DNA bits and one of these more hearts. And one of those rare places where I'm actually going to show you the recipe. This is making the plasmid, and that's the next building block for what we're going to do. It's empty, but I've got a gene for more hearts, because, hey, that's always good to have. So in the plasmid infuser, I'll put that in there, and that will inject it, and now it tells me that I need 40 DNA points for more hearts. Now, I did put overclockers in all these machines just to speed things up because I'm impatient. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab this and 20 because this is the same gene that I want to grab more hearts. They're worth 2 points. Or I could use 40 of the basic genes. Those are only worth 1 point. But since I have a bunch of these already, I can go ahead and complete this more hearts. Yay, plasmid is complete. Now the next thing I need is a syringe. In fact, let's put that in my hand, and I'll hold the right click and, ouch, pull out a little bit of blood, which is good and all that, except it's a little contaminated with who knows what. And I don't want to think about it. So we'll put that into the blood purifier, and hey, now it's good and clean. That's the way to do it. And then you put it into here, and you can inject it into, hey, look, I've prepped some stuff. In fact, I've got a whole bunch of different genes here that I'm going to add the more hearts to. In fact, let's put you away because you're a nice one, but let's grab this one. Teleport, step assist, no fall damage, strength, resistance, regeneration, witherproof, bioluminescence, more hearts. I like it. I'm going to grab it. Ow. And there we go. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on and an advancement, yay. But You can see the more hearts are kicking in. The regeneration is slowly adding those up, and I'm losing my hunger. Oh well, that's just the way it is. And then I always just grab some more blood, purify it, just so that I've got a nice, good, clean syringe to do more work with. Now, speaking of that, let's, you know, step assist. That works really well. If we jump up high, and I don't think I'm high enough to actually do any fall damage, but I'm getting the stuff. You can see the regeneration is working there slowly. It's regen 1, but it gave me a few extra hearts, which is nice. And that is working. Now, I could grab some other stuff. Let's talk about how to get rid of something. Like, I've got that bioluminescence, and I really don't want it. I've played with it. I realized, I don't want that. So I'm going to grab these things. You'll want to create another one of the full plasmids for, in this case, bioluminescence. And then we need to create an anti-plasmid. So same as the plasmid, but with the fermented spider eye, and that's the anti-plasmid. And when you combine these two, that gives you the anti-plasmid of bioluminescence. So now if we plug that into here, and I'll grab this and inject, ouch, it just removed the bioluminescent gene, which is great. So that's how you can remove genes from yourself and from others. Speaking of others, we've got Frank the Wonder Llama over there, and I'm going to inject him. In fact, I've got a empty metal syringe. Let's go over here, and you got to stand fairly close when you do the right click. Sorry, Frank. And that way you can get the blood out of him. If you do it a little bit further away, what ends up happening is you end up losing, well, it triggers, but nothing actually happens. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and grab these. This is the fireproof, and it requires 24 points. Hey, I've got 12 right here, so double points, that will go just fine. And there we go. Fireproof is in place. Let's put that there, and now we'll inject Frank with fireproof. And he's now fireproof, and we can test that by putting him on fire. Is this mean? Yes, it is. Here, let's... Did he lose any health? No, he's still at 19. He's still at 19. He's not taking any damage. He doesn't like it, and who would? But he's not taking any damage whatsoever because he's fireproof. He's also got some other nifty abilities, like he's meaty and also woolly. So there, he gives me wool, he gives me raw pork chops with the shears, which is, hey, Frank the Wonder Llama, he's pretty wonderful. So that's how you can give genes to other mobs, and you can remove the genes the same way that I did the bioluminescence on myself. Now, the mobs give the various genes that we could inject ourselves, but we can get advanced versions of those genes. For example, I've got regen 1, and there's a regen 4 I could mutate. Or I've got advanced more hearts, and I can mutate that into more hearts 2, which would be even better. So to do that, I need the advanced incubator. There is a regular incubator, and it's just a brewing stand. But the advanced incubator is also a brewing stand. It's faster than a regular brewing stand, but it has 2 modes, high mode and low. You can see this bar is bright, and now it's kind of dimmer. That's low, and high. Now, for a lot of the stuff that we need, we're going to do with high. Here, let's just grab all of these things real quick. I'm going to toss in these water bottles, add in the redstone, and here's where you can overclock this. However, when you do the actual mutation, the overclocking gives you a lower chance of success. So we're going to avoid that. All right, so mundane potions. I'm going to add any type of organic matter. This happens to be of type Enderman, which has the more hearts 2 for it. But anyway, we're going to make these the organic substrates. You add any sort of gene. This is a basic, doesn't really matter. And this will go ahead and convert this into a potion of cell growth, which is what we want. And then if we corrupt that with this fermented spider eye, potion of cell growth becomes a mutagenic potion. It's, it allows things to mutate, which is bad, but we're going to use it for our own benefits here. So the next thing we want to do is we want to convert this into the specific entities so we can extract its advanced gene, in this case, Enderman. So we put this organic matter in here and it does nothing because that's untyped. There's no information in that. But if we go to the cell analyzer, and I've got one here just because I didn't want to catch it before it flows through all there. Wrong one. This one, if we put the cell in here for Enderman, this is now going to change the type of these mutation potions from, in this case, blank to an Enderman potion. All right, so entity of Enderman. I'm going to take those two out. And if we hit U on this to see the recipes, there's the GMO cell incubating bit. It's really nice if your version of Minecraft has this integration in it. You take the potion mutation with whatever entity you've got, some additional catalyst, and then you've got the chance of these genes to come out. In this case, efficiency 4, which is super nice if you like to dig, or you get a chance of basic, 25% of good and 75% chance of bad. I need this one, the Enderman with a golden apple has a 25% chance of giving me more hearts too, and 75% chance of basic, which is pretty bad odds. If you run the overclockers, this chance of failure is higher, which is why I don't do that. However, I will go ahead and grab for me a golden apple here, and I have some chorus fruit in here. Each one of these chorus fruit will actually add a chance of it working well. Now, this, we're going to change the temperature to low, and we'll put in the golden apple, and you can see the bubbles show that it is now working. If we look at this, the gene's basic chance is 25%, but because I've got lots of chorus fruit there, it's 104. So yay, I'm going to have a success. But you can see this is really slow. This will take a long time. So that's why I've got this temporal pouch, which I can just use to give it some speed. It's a different mod. It's not necessary, but boy howdy is that nice to be able to speed up these devices. Ta-da! Now I've got a genetically modified cell for more hearts too. Nice. All right. For that, I need to go ahead and put it into the extractor. And that already has moved it over to here. The nice thing is it won't try to decrypt because it's already decrypted. There's more hearts too. I need to make another plasmid real quick because having more hearts, I like that idea. I like it a lot. So we'll put that in there. It needs 50. 50. Okay, actually, I'm going to grab the entire stack of basics because I don't have any other genes, and I'm also going to speed it up because I can. That ate through a lot of power, but I now have a completed more hearts 2, and do I have... I've got my syringe already prepped and ready. Let's go ahead and inject myself. Oh yeah. And so now I should have more hearts too, and as the regen kicks in, it should actually slowly give me more hearts. That would be nice, but it looks like it's being very slow and obnoxious. Oh well. Anyway, I think it's not liking the fact that I have some hunger. But there you go. We've got a bunch of different genes that you can grab. There's tons and tons and tons of them. A link in the description that actually takes you to the code, so you can see what is actually coded in the mod for what genes provide which benefit. And there's a wiki that lists what you need. We'll do one more. Flight. And I'm going to grab a whole bunch of these generics. And let's make another plasmid real quick. And we'll put that in there. Flight. And it needs 50. Well, let's see. Do I have flight? Flight, I got, you can either get off of Withers or the End Dragon. And frankly, the Withers are easier to get it off of, whichever. So there's 22 points. We'll fill up the rest with basics and speed it up just because I want to. And there we go. Flight. Let me grab my syringe. All right. Ouch. We'll clean that up a little bit. Put that in there. Add in flight. And because, in fact, we'll do a command here. We'll do genetics resequenced gene list. It's an admin level command, but you can see I've got all these different genes on me. Teleport, step assist, no fall damage are required to get flight to work. If you don't have that, ta-da! I love flight. If you don't have those 3 genes, then the flight will actually, when you apply it, it will disappear. And sometimes it says that you can get some bad effects if you don't have the right genes in place. But there you go. The genetics resequenced mod, loads of fun, tons of stuff in there. There's a manual that comes with it that you can read. There's a wiki online. The JEI integration for the mutation potions are great. Have fun injecting genes. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here, having too much fun with genetics resequenced, and you can too. And thanks for watching. Bye. So at this point, I reach and grab the golden apple that I don't have.